Hello everyone, Bashar here. We are together with another great video, and this time around I am featuring my dear friend and fellow streamer Pogo Pinktai. Make sure you follow him on Twitch. He's a very cool guy. So the thing is, guys, I was talking to my friend Pogo the other day, and he said, I don't really have too many decent solo champions, right? I mean, he said that he was able to do, I think, stage 20 spider with maybe one or two food, so he didn't have a really decent solo champion. And I said to him, have you got the Artak 5-star soul? He says, yeah. I mean, if you want to use him for that purpose, he can actually solo a lot of places. So you might recall my hard stage 10 ice golem soloing Artak. There is that, and he would solo ice golem. He would solo spider, hard spider up to a degree. He would definitely solo normal spider. He won't be able to solo dragon though, I mean, be it hard or normal, because dragon does max HP based damage and he scales, so eventually he will kill my Artak. But if you actually use smite as the blessing, then he would work there as well. So this Artak is supposed to kill stage 20 dragon solo, stage 20 spider solo, stage 20 ice golem solo. I would say he would be pulling off stage 5 hard ice golem solo. On dragon I haven't tried, but would probably work in the lower levels of hard. What else do we have? On spider, he would probably also do spider stage 5 solo or something like it, right? Let's get to it. So let's take a look at spider normal first. Okay, he has some partners. Let's go. The team setup is just exactly the same as what I had on my Artak in Ice Golem, guys. Because the AI goes for the A2 first, and which is something that we don't want. We want to start with the HP burn and then trigger it for more damage. That's what we do. And you could say, Spider does not have additional rounds. That is correct, but we also plan to use him in Ice Golem and Dragon as well. So he basically can solo anything other than Finite, and Finite is not really possible. You need a lot of hits, and this would be in the vicinity of a little above 1 minute, I think, because he probably would be healing once more, because we would be killing the little spiders. Yeah, that's the problem. And in normal mode, killing the spiders does not inflict damage to the boss. Oh, it actually was a little faster than I expected. That's nice. I think we got a little lucky here, so this should be actually about 1 minute, but let's switch to hard. Let's see how it goes. We want 1 or 5 because they are green levels and they won't be able to crit. First show and tell, and then I can show you the stats and the masteries and whatnot. So in here, the boss itself is immune to the HP burns. But he receives damage when we kill the little ones, right? So this strategy does not work in the higher stages unless you have a very fast attack. So, but it would work, I would say, all the way up until 5, and this is a little bit different than the Artak I was using, right? We don't have that much accuracy. We don't have, the stat requirement is not that high. And as you can see, because the boss is slow, we are killing the little ones, which is in turn inflicting damage to the boss. He probably would be healing one last time. Yeah, and he should be dying now. That's going to be something along the lines of 115-ish. Okay. Yeah, and the HP burn ticks on the boss will kill him. And as you can see, it looks, very safe. Let's try 5. 5 should also work. And unlike my unlike my Artak in the you saw in the stage 10 hard ice column, this time around the gear requirement is not huge. The investment in live arena is not huge either, right? So if you are early late game or past mid game, you should be able to rack this up. The blessing is definitely essential for dragon. As you can see, it's pretty much useless in spider. It is of little help in I would say ice golem. So if you don't have the blessing, you can just go for you can just not have a solo. You can have a different solo guy for dragon, and dragon is a little bit clutch because, as I said, so good, this character is very tanky, guys. As you can see, nothing is happening when they hit him. So why can the dragon, even on stage 20, is able to kill him? Because he is doing max HP based damage, and because you can have only 1 HP burn, right? The damage is a little bit slow, and the dragon tends to get nasty. So stage 5 spider solo. Let's get to ice golem. Ice golem stage 20 solo. And I would say this is very efficient, guys. I like it. To have a character that is able to solo multiple areas in the game. It's quite efficient. And thing is, because stage 20 ice golem does not hit that hard, even if we trigger the revive ability, I think we won't die here. So we are also proof against that. The reflect damage is not strong enough to kill us. Okay. And the durations are, as you can see, pretty acceptable, and with super raids being permanently available. And you might notice that the revivability is not triggering. The reason for that is because we are dealing damage via HP burn or HP burn activation. Those don't count towards the guy triggering the thing. So smite is not very useful here, but because it's 5 stars, it will do damage every once and then. And of course, after the ads die, see, it goes a little slower. Now we should be killing. The next activation should kill. Okay. And funny thing is, guys, hard is actually going to be faster because the ads are tankier, and the ads don't come up to you and hit you in the face. That's stage 1 hard ice golem. And of course, the trash can make it a little bit slower. When they heal, they put up block debuffs or stuff, but there is generally no escape from Artak. Stage 9, if you ever go there, is very annoying because there are 3 Tataras in the second wave, which put up not only block debuffs but also increased defense, and that makes it pretty slow. Okay. As you can see, smite makes life a little bit easier here. Cuts from trash duration. And guys, this is, like regular teams, right? I mean, the duration is, I would say, very acceptable. So this won't go up to 2 minutes, right? We are about to kill here. To the face, meteor, please. And on hard ice golem, guys, the only smite that you can trigger on the boss is 5 stars or higher, because the activate ability that he does is removes all debuffs from it, right? So the smite has to be protected if you want to trigger it on him, and it has to not go to the ads. And as you can see, he's gonna take the smite in the face now. And 128, beautiful. We said stage 5. Let's go. So what do we have under the belt now? We have spider stage 20 solo. We have spider stage 1 hard solo, spider stage 5 hard solo, and probably anything that's in between that is not red. And I think we can even solo the red, but why would you want to solo the force affinity level, right? Because Artak will be weak hitting and the duration will go bad. Ice Golem stage 20 solo, Ice Golem stage 1 hard, Ice Golem stage 5 hard. And so why am I not showcasing stage 25? Because guys, stage 25 is strictly worse than stage 1 hard. Why? Because it doesn't have the mythical drop and the energy cost is literally the same, right? And the other drops are the same, so you are just denying yourself mythical drops for nothing, right? If you can do both. So if you can do hard one, there is, you know, not even a question about stage 25, it's not needed. But I would guess he will do all of them. He could do them even if they are red, I think. Dragon might be, yeah. I think stage 25 dragon is force, so he could die there, yeah. Dragon is a little more dangerous. Just moving on to dragon now. And as you can see, beautiful durations. Let's go. Now comes the dragon. So guys, dragon is dangerous. Right? It's not like face roll like these. So as you can see, we had just no challenge whatsoever up until this moment. Let's go. So smite procs, when they happen, that kind of stuff is important. Of course, the trash is laughable. And thing is, actually, the second wave of this one is actually pretty dangerous. It's just Artak is too good. That's why it's not posing a challenge. I mean, there are two Hordins in the second wave combined with a Tyrell, which can be very dangerous, but of course the decreased attack makes life very easy. So Artak is born for solo, guys. I mean, he has HP burn, he has HP burn activation, duration extension, and decreased attack, which is the best ability that a solo champion could have. And he has them all. As you can see, nothing is happening. They are just gonna die now. Yeah, not even 1 minute for the trash. So that was bad because we had a smite proc just before the... Okay, that's bad. Let's see what happens. As you can see, guys, we have never been hit that hard. So why did we get hit that hard? The reason for that is because the guy is hitting for max HP based damage. That breath ability does max HP based damage. So we should be able to tank at best the third one here. See? Almost dead. I mean, me. I'm not sure if we survive the third one. I'm hoping we should. Maybe there is no need for the third. I think there is no need for a third. So this was somewhat lucky, guys. But I think we survived the third one. Yeah. That's why dragons are a little more dangerous. One is green again, which is something we like. Let's go. So guys, green means incapable of inflicting... oh, we could get stuck here actually. Oh, I think I have tried this before. I think we get stuck here because the second wave has healers. Let me see. Maybe with the smite Artak we can get past. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, guys, because I have tried this with my own Artak and I have failed here. And obviously not because of the damage they deal. I think there are 2 steel skulls or something in the second wave which put Deer Artak under a combo and you just can't get past because of the damage. Yeah, that's it. But thing is, this time around we have smite, so that should be able to allow us to get past. One way to find out. They are hitting pretty hard, but I don't think they should be able to kill us. Yeah, those steel skulls keep healing. This is gonna be interesting. And of course, guys, we want to kill steel skulls around the same time with the other guys, because the fewer targets there are, the harder it becomes for us to kill them. And we have gotten 0 procs on... No, he does it. Wow. So that he has that on me. And guys, this is without any smite procs. That's good. Let's go. We are getting such bad starts though. Does he resist? Are we? Oh, we are gonna die here, I think. But I think it was 3% because we do have enough accuracy, especially for stage 1 hard. Okay, maybe we'll not die. That is the second breath. Can we kill before the third? Is the question. There is a chance that we could. Smite. Okay, now comes the big event. That is stage 5. Let's go. And that would be it for us, I think. Ooh, they are hitting harder. Yeah, of course. So that is the difference, of course, between mine and Pogo's. But I think we would be able to survive them. Because, guys, the good thing is these champions have 15% base crit rate, right? And when you are facing the strong affinity, there is a 15% penalty to your crits. So we are never getting bursted here via crits, right? They are not capable of inflicting critical hits. I mean, unless they buff themselves with some sort of crit buff, which I don't think they have. Okay. So this looks, I think, safe-ish. And as you can see, guys, the HP based is very dangerous for us because we cannot reduce his damage with the decreased attack debuff, right? That Netril, that Archer fella, these are all becoming laughable, but the Jack hits, if you recall from the solo stage 10 hard ice golem run. Yeah, though there were Santas there. Oh, that is an okay start. That's actually a good start. So the first breath we countered. We don't really care about the first breath actually. I think the breath that we care about is the third. I'm not very sure if we are able to handle the third. We can handle the second. Yeah. And I actually want to see what happens when we see the third breath, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's 100% done. Because, guys, the thing is, no matter how unlucky I am, we are never getting past the third breath, right? And as you can see, I can definitely handle the third breath. So, yeah, that is done. So, this Artak can solo stage 20 dragon, stage 1 hard dragon, stage 5 hard dragon. And I should not be saying stage 1 hard because, you know, stage 5 is strictly better than stage 1, right? Because, guys, in normal levels, there is the matter of the energy cost, so stage 20 is actually something meaningful, right? It gives you the best points per energy for dungeon tournaments. That's why it's still relevant. But if you are talking about stage 25 and on, the higher you can do, the better it is, right? And the duration is always nice because, you know, Artak cannot be tanked like that. So we can do stage 20 dragon, we can do stage 5 hard dragon, we can do stage 20 spider, we can do stage 5 hard spider, we can do stage 20 ice golem, and we can do stage 5 hard ice golem. And if we invest a little, this guy probably would also be able to do stage 9 hard dragon, I believe. Did I say dragon? I meant golem if I said dragon. No dragon. I don't think so. So the thing is, guys, what kind of gear do we have on? What kind of, you know, as regen goes without saying, so we have a nice amount of survivability, decent speed, high resistance. Resistance is required if you want to handle. So it's not required in dragon, but it is required for what's the name? Both golem and the spider, because in spider the poisons from the little ones would get you because they are percentage based damage and they would kill you no matter how tanky you are. And you also want it on ice golem because the adds to the left and right would do decrease defense and heal reduction respectively, and if you get those debuffs in, it would kill you. So the amount of resistance we have here is decent enough for all of it, and we have different live arena bonuses for each dungeon. I mean, for Ice Golem we have a bit of speed and we have some resistance, that's it. For Dragon we have just one speed. Yeah, Pogo needs to grind a little bit of more live arena. So it's not like the Artak I have showed you for Ice Golem stage 10 hard solo, right? That is an end game location and therefore it requires end game stats. This is, quite handleable, maybe a little, above average, but you should be doing your ascensions as you see here, right? I mean, you want meaningful stuff on chest, you want accuracy or resistance or HP percentage or defense percentage, right? That's great. So 4 out of the 8 options are good, right? You don't have to reroll them because the dust is precious. On boots, HP percentage or defense percentage or speed being the best. On gloves, we want HP percentage or defense percentage. On banners, we want accuracy or resistance again. And on the remaining, we want HP or defense flat, whichever we can get. We should be also trying to actively avoid crit damage and crit chance because they can trigger the Ice Golem's revival ability and can kill us. I mean, he's obviously booked, right? And the masteries are, I think they're very similar to what I have on my stage 10 Artak. So we have the accuracy, we have the healing. That could be nice sometimes, the extra healing. And you will have skills on cooldown always, right? So that's not very meaningful. I mean, the A3 and A2 machine starts working. You have the increased turn meter gain from debuff expiration or removal. That's also good. We have the increased stats, and it doesn't work very well with the regen set, but you could utilize a perception set maybe, or maybe some stone skin pieces, protection pieces alongside with their accessories, so you could get a little bit of stats out of this. This is nice for handling the waves. A little bit of turn meter reduction helps. Increase debuff duration, obviously dead allies. Increase turn meter, so that is not very good in Dragon, but it is quite the king in other areas. You get 10% increased turn meter fill rate all around. We get so we don't get this one this time around because we are going for generally spirit affinity areas in which we never get critted, so we get this, right? And on other levels that we get crit, for example stage 2 dragon, we don't really care about being critted because we are way too tanky. This is for areas in which they can heal themselves. Could replace it with this one maybe if you want. These are all great masteries, so and the other stuff don't really work very well. So that is it about the Artak that solos everything. So that is of course quite a different approach. I mean, not quite a different approach. So the thing that it has on mine is lower resistance, lower survivability, and the biggest difference there is it does not utilize emergency heal for additional survival, but utilizes smite, so it can handle the dragon and it can make the trash go faster. If you recall my Artak that can solo stage 10 hard guys, I had an embarrassing moment the other day. I mean, I was trying to do the missions and I engaged stage 1 hard dragon like I told you, and I actually got stuck in the second wave trash because I killed the occult brawlers early on, and the 2 seal skulls were healing themselves and I just couldn't kill them and I had to concede. And of course this Artak will get past because of the smite, right? When they heal themselves, smite will trigger and eventually will get past. And when you can do stage 5's hard, why do stage 1, right? So this is pretty great, guys. I mean, 3 out of the 4 dungeons he solos, and he can solo them at the hard difficulty as well. So it can be very nice to get your dungeon divers and champion training done at the same time. It's very efficient. It's extremely efficient if you're free to play. So what would happen if you have a lower blessing, right? So let's say if you have a 3-star blessing, I would say you should be able to handle the dragon most of the time, right? There could be losses though if the smite refuses on proccing, and smite is not really required. I mean, brimstone, the smite is the debuff's name, brimstone is the blessing's name. Brimstone is not really required for anything else. You can handle the spider and the ice golem without the smite, but for dragon you want it. And if it is lower tier, it can be risky, right? Because Artak is a 2-hitter at best, and he could keep missing the smite, right? So it goes up to 60%, which makes him, and we are playing at an increased rate, so I mean 2 to 1, 3 to 1, depending on where we are and how much the passive has procced. So this would get applied, right? The 3-star only has a 30%, and if it fails multiple times, back to back, you could die to dragon. And of course the 50, 75 accuracy and resistance together are very useful. But for example, maybe you could just go for stage 20 golem and spider only, which would be very, very easy, right? I mean, you would need to have around 350 resistance total, I should say around 200 accuracy only, and you could be much less survival, right? You could lose like 20k HP and 500 defense maybe, and it still would work, right? The extra stats that you see here are made to get hard to work, right? And about hard 9 golem, right? He can handle that. Hard 9 is a bit annoying because, as I said, not only because of the damage but the trash. So in the second wave there are 3 Taturas who put up block debuffs and increase defense at the same time, which makes your duration go very bad, right? You get stuck like for 1.5 minutes on that wave only. So the run durations go up to like 3 minutes. There is that, and of course it requires you to have quite higher survivability. Could try that, maybe it could work. If you improve the Artak a little bit, it could work. So there is that, guys. I mean, I think this build is very efficient. So I asked my dear friend Pogo for permission, after I built him. The character, he said, okay, by all means, please do share it with the community. So that is the build you want. So speed has actually no minimum or maximum. I mean, I would say don't go below 210 or so, but if you can make him faster, it's good, right? But I wanted to show you, we don't need 250 speed. 220s is perfectly fine. 210s would also work, right? Nothing would change. Our win rate would not go lower in any of the activities. So what we want is, decent survival capacity, 4-piece regen, obviously, right? Some semblance of speed, depending on what you want to do. Resistance, low 300s for stage 20s only. If you want to engage hard, I would say high 300s. Accuracy, same, 200s for normal modes, 250s or so for early hard modes, and that's about it, guys. And the blessing would of course help, but as I said, if the gear is lacking, if the blessing is lacking, let go of the dragon and maybe stick to lower hard. Instead of 5 hard, you can go for 1 hard. You can gauge it, and your performance at the live arena will help a ton, right? It makes a huge difference. So that's it, guys. I will bring the masteries up on the screen once more, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will try to help. Goodbye.